Alright. Time for this week's Castranger.
Oh, I had an idea for an opening bit.
Oh?
Yeah, hang on a second. I'm getting a call.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I gotta get this.
Alright.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, this is Savage. Who's this?
I am Nucus, Overlord of the Second Dimension.
Oh, hi, Nucus. What can I do for you?
I am in need of an evil artist to draw things so I can give them life.
Oh, like minions, monsters, worms that are also tanks?
No, I need for you to draw me a girlfriend.
Oh, that's not really my thing, dude.
I will give you your own studio, all expenses paid, as long as you draw night and day.
Oh, with this job climate, I accept.
This is the beginning of an evil, devilishly good evil, a relationship of art.
I think I just got a job.
Cue the roll call.
That was amazing.
We are live!
Loading.
Tempered Zeal! Bluecaster, Super Ichi! Loud and Impulsive, Pinkcaster, Lane!
Illuminating the Tokuverse. Yellowcaster, Follow Router.
One little spark of courage. Dreamcaster. Global South Perka.
The Trickster of Infinite Topics, Savagecaster, Ibarra Fox! Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
Well done, Tom.
It's funny.
I really wanted to make
Nuka
the
sounded
joke
a lot like
that
you.
You did it.
Hey, I did the best I could in the Walmart parking lot. When Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 263. Please, Pokemon!
Zigzagoony woony woony
Oh, it's the
woony!
raccoon.
No, wrong Zigzagoon!
Close enough.
Technically,
It is.
Yeah.
Wait. Guys, I don't think I have this right.
In Soviet Russia, chair sits on you.
Oh, that's the Galarian one.
Yeah.
Is Guard the chairman of the ground?
Yes. Welcome to Borgtober, the Metallic Edition.
Borgtober Metallix.
So last year we talked about Big Bad Beetleborgs during October, and we were like, well, let's do that again with the
Because we're
second
too lazy to
season.
come up with a better idea.
Well, I think it should have been Boktober, but nobody would bite for that. We'll have to do Bokvember.
I mean, we could have done Garotober, but
Guard, are you important enough to get a month?
I mean, I'm the one that does all the scheduling, so yes.
I've been canceled.
He was talking about the show Garo, in case you weren't aware.
I'm going to pretend that I know.
Okay, cool. So, for this first week of Borgtober Metallix,
The Metallic Edition.
we are talking about Kamen Rider Zero-One, episode 05.
It is Metallix episode 1, Enter the Sandman.
Ryusoulger, episode 28, and the first 3 episodes of Beetleborgs Metallix. I apologize, we did say 4 episodes last week, and then the schedule changed.
Maybe it should be maybe it should be
what?
text. If it's text based, could it be Beetleborgs Italics?
That's a pretty bold statement.
Oh, I am a comic sans.
Hope you underlined that joke in your notes.
I just wanted to make an impact.
These jokes are starting to strike out.
You know what my favorite Disney princess is? Ariel.
You know who my favorite is?
Who?
Amy Adams from Enchanted.
You mean Giselle? That's Giselle.
I love that font.
Wait, was that the first note?
I was thinking Papyrus.
Times New Roman!
Alright. So, let's get into Zero-One.
Thank God this isn't Zio anymore.
Okay, so
I didn't have time to come up with anything better because I forgot to make one.
Hey, Gar,
Yes.
this week has a really interesting theme, and that is comic book artists.
Yeah, it involves a manga-ka.
I swear it was a complete coincidence, but this ended up being cartoonist week.
I know. I found out
Every
that
week
was
is
happening.
cartoonist week with me.
I know.
That's fair.
If I knew that was happening today, I would have caught up on the damn show.
Yeah, you buried him.
Oh, wait, no, here he is.
Unfortunately, this episode does not feature a giant Godzilla statue.
Do you want
from
to hang out with Pickle
Godzilla
Juice?
No thanks.
Alright, so...
I'm enjoying this guy. I have to take turns.
So this is interesting. Episode 5 of Zero-One starts with Aruto running through his own company's ordering process.
Oh my god, yeah,
And
so...
then he does an episode of Monster Factory.
Yeah, he made Shrek.
Yeah!
Oh, sorry, okay.
Hogwarts made Shrek! So high five!
I have a picture of it, so I can post it on the chat.
You know, you gotta Shrek yourself before you wreck yourself.
This is what he makes.
I guess somebody once told him that he could customize his robot.
He's that one fucking...
so...
It's basically, he's doing a thing.
So how this
Sorry, do you
works...
have any ideas for your superhero?
Yo,
You could continue talking about...
yo, message.
So how this...
Well, I'm sketching now, so message
you
me
were
now.
going
Yeah.
to ask about
Okay.
Dreamcaster.
Just Herbert.
I was gonna work on that after.
Oh.
So how the human gear ordering
I
process
don't know what to do.
works is... You can just have the A class where you can just like pick a human gear, just a generic one with a job default. Then there's the S class where you can actually like fully customize your thing. And what's weird
Which
is
pretty much make your waifu bot.
Yeah, the guy who was like making one seemed pretty fucking excited to do that.
So this is Nike.
Yeah,
where
but-
you can buy shoes online,
And then-
or you can customize your own shoes.
Yeah, but he made a pretty classy one. Like, you know, like I would be like mad if they showed up and like she had like blonde hair and a bob and like giant boobs and like a like a super like he made like just it you know just I guess a nice girl.
And then there is the Heaton's choice option, which
We do it for you.
We do it for you.
They all look like Izu.
I mean, that wouldn't be the worst.
Also, I've acquired
It's easy, but with
I've
a-
acquired the Aruto Face of the Week. So here it is. I think it's pretty good.
Shoulder!
I love that I got actually screenshotted the subtitles with it too.
Can I just say the best fucking thing, and this floored me, I know we're jumping ahead, is when at one point there's a pic drawing of the of Vulcan, and then she goes, "How will they know it's Aruto?"
Oh yeah, no. God damn.
Oh, you mean when they announced the new character?
She
Oh, yeah, no, what happens with that is she makes fun of his catchphrase, but at the same time says, "That's not Aruto!"
No, she says, "How will they know it's Aruto?"
They will find a way.
No, because what she says is Aruto Janaino, which means, like, that's not Aruto, but it's also making fun of his catchphrase, Aruto Janaito, which,
Yeah, and it's like...
translates differently. It's a pun! I get it!
It's a pun!
And yeah, what you were describing is how the subbers chose to translate it to make it easily understandable, but maybe dilutes the meaning a bit.
But yeah,
Unfortunately, when you have puns in Japanese language, that's going to happen.
Oh, I know. I was watching an episode of Gokaiger, which was at a pun game show, and none of the jokes make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, that must have been fun for the translators.
By the way, Jelashito is my new favorite monster of all time.
Oh, Zellisto? I fucking love him.
Yeah, it's like, he ran away with my mother!
Yeah, and he was in the movie we watched last week, the Kishiryu movie.
like a member of his race.
Yeah. Are you saying all those aliens look the same?
Yep.
That's spacist.
I mean, we watch Ultraman.
I mean, yeah, they do all look the same.
Go watch episode 10 of Ultraman Taiga. You won't be disappointed.
Have you seen that Ultraman season? What was that Ultraman season where he had like the gray and red suit?
All of them.
Yes.
Return of Ultraman.
I've seen one that's gray and blue.
Agul.
So pretty much, this episode is about like this manga artist that like Aruto's like obsessed with, and
Ishizumi Choichiro, who draws the manga Perfuman Tsurugi,
and
which looks like furry porn.
No,
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, okay, no, it doesn't look like furry porn. Sorry, it looks like a hand drawn. You know what? It looks like something on DeviantArt.
I know what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Sola Torobo.
Oh,
I don't
what?
know that series, so I can't comment.
It kind of looks like that same style.
It looks like if Garu
Yeah.
from Q Ranger
Maybe something similar.
had
to
a
it.
comic.
made a comic about himself in a fantasy
Can I
world.
pick a custom color scheme because we've got a lot of blue going
I
on?
can't wait to see Gar's character. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be cool. They're gonna
Wow.
How
Toot toot! But yeah, so
Wait, what?
Aruto,
Tootment Day.
so Aruto and Izu are hand delivering this robot to the manga artist.
Yeah,
All
just,
right, I'll be back for Beetleborgs, guys.
Okay,
just in a giant box.
which has
Like I was getting fucking Bicentennial Man flashbacks because like when Robin Williams was like shipped to a family.
When Robin Williams is shipped.
Yeah, it's
I know.
Yeah,
It's just funny to hear that sentence.
yeah, he gets shipped in like a giant crate.
Yeah. But yeah, this box has like stickers with English words all over it that says like, please give me a name. Nice to meet you. And cherish.
And then I like when like Aruto activates them, you just hear the James AI just go take off toward a dream.
I love that! That was adorable!
Yeah, no, that was great. Also,
That's like the new version of like Smart Brain's catchphrases.
also,
True life is your start.
I really like Izu's like default kind of smile face that she has. Like,
Yeah.
she's like kind of looks like interested in something.
She's being professional.
She just looks cute. And Naruto's like, oh, I can't wait to fucking get his autograph. And he's just like, we're here on business, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
So
She had
obviously,
buzzkill mode set to full.
Yeah.
so obviously this guy, he he doesn't draw his own manga anymore because he just has Human Gears do it for him because he's like they do a better job.
And the publishing house does the story now.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is a shot at any particular actual manga.
They're all pretty much like that now, though.
Right?
So like Aruto's a bit disappointed because like he doesn't like he kind of acts unintentionally insults him where he's like, oh, I liked your old work though. It was like kind of rough, but like he had passion in it.
I
He's like,
liked it when the
"Excuse
art
me?"
sucked.
And he's like, excuse me? He's like, oh no, like we're like heroic and like passionate, and he's like, whatever. And then so one of his Human Gears like fucks up and freezes, so he's like, well, I need to order a new one now. And then like Aruto goes,
Yeah, just real quick. The phrase that the robot says when booting up is the translation of two things. The catchphrase said by Korinosuke in the commercial, which is also the same thing that Aruto's Robo-Dad says to him as he dies.
so
Yume ni mukatte.
So he orders a new Human Gear, but then Aruto just goes, "No, fuck you. I'm not giving it to you because you need to do your own shit."
The idea it harkens back to episode 3 where it's like he's using them as tools, whereas the Human Gears are designed to be they're designed to be assisting humans with reaching their dreams. E-rape version.
That's what the Magia's created.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what happens when the Magia get defeated.
Okay, can I just go into Jin quickly? Because, it's really interesting. So, Jin, he, knows about Horby being a Kamen Rider, and so now Jin's super fucking fascinated by by Horby, and Zero-One for that matter. So he decides, fuck it, I'm gonna go steal my own progress key so I can be a rider.
I wanna be a rider!
And
Kamen Rider Jin! I'm on my way!
So I know I'm coming to the end here, but this honestly for the whole episode was the most interesting thing for me. So Jin tries to steal one, and then later on Horby just goes up to him. He's like, "Yo, dog, I don't want you fucking stealing progress keys." He's like, "Well, why not?" He's like, "Because am I just your assistant?" He's like, "No, you
are my son,
you're
and
my
the
son.
one true robot."
Yeah,
That's impossible.
So it's safe to say
Is
that
that like New York with a face?
So it's safe to say that Horby's probably a human, and Jin's a Human Gear that Horby built. So that's his son.
That I like that idea, and that's what I'm going to process.
Kind of makes sense as to why Jin's kind of childlike.
Yeah,
because he's kind of having fun and bouncing around.
I want
and
somebody
stuff.
to capture him, so then he can say, "Give me back my son."
Yeah.
Okay, the coolest part of the episode. So, Jin shows up and turns one of the assistant robots into the Vicaria
I think it was
Magia.
G-Pen.
Yeah, G-Pen. Turns him into the Vicaria Magia, which is a type of extinct shellfish. And he even calls out Zero-One, so they know who Zero-One is.
Also, I like that the Magia had like a helmet on.
Yeah, because he's like a drill shellfish.
It's based on a turban shellfish, I believe.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why when the
Yeah, so there's fan art of what Zero-One would look like with that form.
That's dope.
helmet
right?
gets knocked off, he has a soft part underneath because he's a shellfish.
But the what I thought was the coolest part of the episode was Jin pulls his fucking gun on Aruto, points it at him, cocks it, and this motherfucker does not flinch! He has a gun in his face, and he doesn't give a fuck!
No, Aruto's fucking ballsy, man.
Wow!
Like, this episode showed me that Aruto is such a awesome protagonist. Like, he just... His dedication, his, like, determination, his passion for, like, what he cares about. And, like, he's trying to, like, you know, put his passion onto other people and, like, inspire them. And it's great. Fucking shit ton better than what fucking Sogo was doing. I'm sorry, but like,
we don't talk about Zio anymore.
Yeah, I know. Every time you bring up Zio,
that's not really fair.
She's like, eh. But no, Aruto has proven in this like now 5 episodes in that he's such a great protagonist. But yeah, motherfucker gets a gun to his face. Just nope, whatever. You know, I don't
stop threatening the robots, gunman.
Zizu brings out her own gun.
Oh, also we get to see Falcon and Kong in the opening. So I think they're
wow, he's like an Ultraman sort of.
Kinda, yeah.
Cool.
But I'm gonna use I'm not gonna use any red, any gray.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we don't have anyone green.
Green could look nice.
Yeah.
Thomas Kitchen, Gar's HeroCast character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we could be purple.
So Vulcan shows up and starts shooting at the thing, and then Yaiba shows up with the motherfucking attached shotgun.
Yep. And so what's interesting is
it is busted.
It's big. Like it's super.
I love it.
Yeah.
The toy probably won't be that big.
No, but what's interesting is that Vulcan, when he's shooting Wolf, he can't use it well because because the recoil on it is fucking insane.
Which is hilarious because that's the shooting form.
Yeah,
it's not until he later uses punching Kong that he can handle the. Yeah, you can damper the recoil.
Yeah, so like that's interesting that like the tank defense form it can use the bigger. Yeah, but like it makes sense because like shooting Wolf he already has like the gun, so shot riser, so he doesn't really need the.
It's still funny to see him with the fucking giant ape hands. Holding a shotgun.
I would like to see Fua eventually, though, like kind of training to use the shotgun in Shooting Wolf.
I feel like that's going to happen because we see him with it in the opening.
That's why by the fucking end of the series, just Fua is going to be a fucking bamf. Like he's going to be so awesome, so powerful.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say he was going to be an effing bag.
Oh, he'll be an effing bag.
He's already a douchebag.
I think by the end he's going to go snowboarding because they go to Banff.
Banff.
And so, like, and we also get the debut of Zero-One Flaming Tiger, which...
surprisingly awesome.
Ooh.
That's a spicy kitty!
I gotta say, that's already one of, like, the best, like, helmets he has.
I love
Flaming Tiger's pretty fucking... But, yeah.
There it is.
That debut shot.
That's fucking wallpaper.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Holy shit.
Man, you ever have those spicy Cheetos? Like,
no.
That's it as a Kamen Rider form.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll say I ended up liking Flaming Tiger a lot more than I expected to.
Challenge for someone, please. Can someone... Because apparently that's a thing you can do now. Like, someone did a picture of, like, Zero-One, like, as O's. Because it's like,
oh yeah, Takatorobata?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Can someone, I think Blaze probably would be honored to do this. Can you put Flaming Tiger's head on Tatopa's body? Like, replace his head with Flaming Tiger's?
I don't think it'll be all that much different.
No, that's the point, because it looks like the Taka head. I love the Taka head. Okay, well, someone do it.
What was interesting about that scene with Jin that I was talking about earlier is, at one point he almost gets his hands on Biting Shark, and now I'm sad because I want to see Kamen Rider Jin Biting Shark.
You know what? I feel like that's what's going to happen. He's just how he's going to get new forms is he's
going to steal keys.
Yeah,
from the others?
steal keys.
Fucking probably.
Imagine we get like Jin punching Kong, or like Jin Lightning Hornet.
I feel like since his name is Kamen Rider Jin and he's got this bird helmet going on, he's probably going to have mostly bird things.
If Valkyrie gets the axe, which I hope she doesn't, because you
can we not even entertain awesome. That thought?
But no, but if it did, like just have Jin just take her progress keys.
Or at least Hornet.
Get like like Lightning Hornet or Russian Cheetah. That'd be awesome. And then what's interesting is like during the fight, like against the Mangias, the Flaming Tiger, like you get like manga like panels and stuff, and you just see like the manga artist. He's just like, whoa! Yeah, he's so fucking inspired and just like. And it's great to see him like draw stuff. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys are so fucking cool!"
So it's like we're done, and my friend Tasha, we watched the show with her boyfriend Jordan was there, and he's watched like maybe 2 of these episodes. And it's like, and she was like, "Oh, he's gonna draw it in the comic book." He goes, "He's probably gonna draw the other guy and not the main guy." And like, I'm just like, you know how this works.
Wow.
He saw that shit coming.
I love it. Was so perfect that Flaming Tiger's finisher is him as the cat. Jumping through a ring of fire.
Yep.
I love it.
Ring of fire.
Down, there we go. There's like an official like image of Flaming Tiger. That looks good, man. Like if you
Takatora Bata.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Nice.
It looks pretty good, actually. The only part that looks I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I'm like yawning every 2 seconds, so I'm trying to. It's not because this is boring, I promise. It's not that. It's just
this is such a slog.
No, that's not what I was saying.
I'm joking.
All right, so yeah, they finish off the monster. The manga artist's passion is renewed, and now he only has 1 robot to draw the backgrounds.
Yeah, but while he's
no one
actually
likes backgrounds.
yeah,
that is literally
on the actual thing. Yeah. But yeah, so then he makes a character based off Vulcan punching Kong, and like that's where I got the art to face the make where he's just like, "Is this a joke? Like, I saved you."
That was so fucking funny.
I'm number 1.
I like your face.
I'm number 0-1.
Mike Wazowski. I'm on the cover of a magazine.
Oh my goodness, Mike, I'm so sorry.
I will say the character in the manga that was based on Vulcan punching Kong was pretty fucking cool.
Oh, I know, it's dope.
And then you just hear the fucking shot riser sound.
And then like while like freaking Vulcan's using the shotgun, like Yai was just like freaking recording him.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, he's a punk bitch. But no, like the most fascinating thing for this episode for me was just Jin, just watching him. And now that we know that, like, pretty safe to say he's a Humagear, which makes sense because I don't think we've seen him with his hood off. So
you know what? He might not have one.
Oh, he might not have like the headset thing.
Maybe he's just like a custom one that Horby built.
Well, because I think half the reason they wear the headgear is to make them clearly identifiable as Humagear.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care.
Yeah. I can see that being the case.
Yeah. So that's interesting, and like Horby's like, even though he's like an emotionless fuck, he's just like, I care about you. You're my son.
Oh look, Dimension 7 did what you wanted.
Yeah, there you go. See, like no difference.
Yeah, if you just said, just showed that to me.
If he colored his eyes green, I wouldn't be able to tell from that far away.
I saw it from far away. I thought it was just a regular O's figure, and then you pointed out that it was with the flaming tiger, and I was like, oh, yep, no, it is.
Yeah, if the eyes were green, you wouldn't be able to tell at all.
No.
And there's the classic
the
art that's making the rounds.
That's great.
Zero-One Tatova.
Woo.
I like it.
Oh, O's is just great.
Yeah.
In terms of design.
So next week's episode is going to be about, apparently, an illegal robot, which is the voice actress robot, Sen, who the old man apparently is describing as his child. So that's going to get a little weird.
Yeah.
And also next week is the debut of Valkyrie, Lightning Hornet, and Kamen Rider Jin.
I'm just excited to see what the henshin for, like... That's interesting that we're getting Jin's henshin first before Horby, even though Horby's is the first one to show up.
Yeah.
That's... You know what? They're saving best for last, I guess.
I don't know.
Oh, Jin's gonna get killed, and Horby's just gonna be so upset. And he's gonna be like,
"Oh God!"
He's gonna.
Don't say shit like that.
I'm just like I'm just theorizing about stuff. That's what makes like good rider shows like this interesting.
I mean, Horby's saying all this shit about how they're gathering the data with the Zetsume Rise key so they can revive the Ark and extinct all of humanity by making all the Humagears go berserk. I would like this show to take a page from Dot Hack, where Jin is this robot child that Horby is building and filling with all this data for a purpose that will happen at the end of the show. Maybe make him into the ultimate sentient AI, something on that end. it feels to me like it might be borrowing a page from the whole Aura story from Dot
Maybe Jin is the operating system from the other arc put into a body to keep it safe while they rebuild it.
That's an interesting thought.
Oh, like he's like the AI from the satellite or something down satellite? That'd be interesting. Oh.
Like maybe when the thing happened, it was that like an AI awoke, and it wasn't so much they were programmed to go wrong, it's the AI was like, I don't know where I am, and went nuts. And he backed it up and put it in that body. To
add something that may lend credence to that theory, let's think back to episode 4 when they showed the video of Horobi hacking the factory. It was just Horobi and not Jin.
No, and you know what? That actually would make sense as to why Horobi doesn't want Jin to become a rider, because he's important. Like he has a bigger purpose, and like Horobi's saving him for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's so many ways this could go, and I'm so glad this show is good.
Right?
The themes of it are just all so cool. Androids and police and corporate stuff and
I think I only want like 1 or 2 more episodes that start with Aruto is making a sales call. I'm kind of getting bored of that.
Yeah, that combined with the fact that we're blowing through form debuts at light speed means I think probably in the next couple of episodes we're going to start kicking into our first real plot arc.
Well, I only hope that it's like Build, where it's like they've got a lot of plots, so it's like no matter how fast they blow through it, they've also got more.
Yeah, because the real plot and Build didn't seriously start until like episode 13, but there was plenty to happen beforehand because we had all these forms to go through.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes from here. Yeah. So,
all right,
yeah, check that out.
Cool. There's the sketch of Gar's character.
Yeah, I figured I'd give people the preview version.
It looks pretty nice, I think.
I don't know whether or not that.
Incineroar? Yeah.
Blaze has been saying in our chat that Flaming Tiger is just Incineroar. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. How did we just say the same? I'm sorry for being so spaced out. I'm gonna listen to this episode and be like, what is wrong with me?
I listen to every episode and think that of myself.
Okay, that's...
Alright. Take us in, sir.
Okay, boom!
That's what Pat has to do.
So pretty much this episode can be summed up in one line.
I'm having chest pain!
What the fuck was that?
It's this life alert thing where it's just this guy, I'm having chest pain!
Okay, so I'm watching
this
episode and I make reference to a certain old sci-fi film, and I'm there with 2 like 25-year-olds and they're like, what? I'm like, you don't know that movie? And then they're like, no, and I'm like, I feel old. And then Emily mentions it. And what movie were we both reminded? Fantastic Voyage.
I've heard of it.
I've heard the name, and I know it's about going inside a human body, and that's all I know.
Or Journey to the Center of Asuna.
Yeah, the weird thing is a lot of parodies of the movie use the title of a completely different movie as the basis of their title.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk too much, but this is one of my favorite weird plots that shows have.
Why did we go from Super Sentai to Magic fucking School Bus?
I love it when shows. I even made up a name for it when I was like 8.
Well, that's what she gets for not being vaccinated.
It was called. But
wow.
It seemed like every show had Magic School Bus was their big one, but it seemed like every show had an episode, even if it had the slightest amount of suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
Like it would have to make some amount of sense. Like there'd have to be like a sci-fi or magical element or something in the show for it to work. But every single show had an episode where a character is sick or hurt or something, or acts crazy or something along those lines, and then the other characters shrink down and go into their body. And I don't know why, but I've always loved this, especially the really weird ways that it shows what the inside of a body supposedly looks like.
You know what? Oh my god!
The shot of her heart is just...
That is not what a human heart looks like. Come on!
Let me just put the picture up on this. I'm sorry for being silly right
now.
No,
you're not being silly. It's
While you pull that up, my takeaway from this episode.
Okay, so it's a heart shape Like
do the Ryusoulger tribe people just have that kind of heart in
that was
them?
actually my first thought was that maybe it's because they're not human. But okay, so you look at it, it's like a heart shape, like the traditional heart shape. But they wanted to sort of have a compromise between a realistic heart and a cartoon heart. And where they ended was right in the middle of the uncanny valley with a realistically fleshy-looking cartoon heart
In the shape of a heart.
And if you look in the background,
there's like veins and shit.
What the crap are those tubes for?
The arteries.
No, but they're not coming with it. Those are the tubes coming out of her ventricles and her atriums.
That'd be like,
but what's in the background? Is it just set dressing?
That'd be like, hey, computer animator, we want you to do a thing where there's a heart. Okay, cool, I can do it. Do you need to Google it? No, I think I got it.
There's also this.
Yeah, I know what a heart looks like.
There's also this great footage of the human immune system, like the most accurate portrayal.
I looked at this set of them inside her body and went, hey, is like Naga's true self in here?
Well, you know what I was just thinking?
Yeah, I know.
Think that's bad? No,
lung.
remember when they went inside Naga and it was pretty much saran wrap?
It was, but with Naga they had the excuse that he is an alien, so maybe that his species just have saran wrap organs.
I wish you were there for my joke where like Balance went to Naga's head. And I just made a joke that there was just a light switch in the back of his head that just was emotions, and it was set to off, so he turned it on.
Oh look, someone turned off the emotions. There we go, he's up and running.
He's good now.
And then the ship goes to crash, he's like, holy shit!
So, I'm sorry, and this may actually sound like I'm a heartless monster.
Star Trek joke.
But like, I'm watching this episode. I'm watching Asuna dying and stuff like that, and I'm just looking at it. It's like, you'll be fine. I didn't feel any kind of like, oh no, poor Asuna, because I know she's gonna be fine.
Okay. The logical side of my brain went, we're halfway through the show. She's gonna be fine. She's gonna survive. But I don't know what it was about this episode, but
her screams of pain were really scary.
Their acting in this episode was actually good enough to make me subconsciously suspend disbelief in my brain, and I actually was really into this episode somehow. It was tense,
you know what it
was dramatic.
You know what it was? It was a half-decent written episode when we've been literally starved of it.
Yeah.
And you know, the funny thing is yes, okay, the two before this were plot episodes that were quite good, and this one wasn't a big plot episode, but the thing is, it wasn't a relapse back to shit. It was like, okay, well, we've given you two really good episodes, now we've given you a decent episode.
I'm sorry for rambling.
No, you weren't.
That's okay.
Ryusoulger managed to pull an interesting and like tense one-off episode out of its ass somehow.
Yeah. I mean, if we had this at episode like 15, that would have been great,
right?
But I mean, like, it was a great. It had great. It had. I like that they're developed. It was a great co-episode. I really am starting to care about that guy.
Now I'm gonna say though, holy shit, this was the most like well thought out, well designed Minosaur I've ever seen. It was just this like clown skull with like a fucking fly on its head.
I saw it and I'm like, was this thing spawned from Pennywise?
When it's attacking Ko and Melt like inside Asuna, it's like the fly's like arms are like fucking slashing at them, and it's like and it's like laughing, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It was actually freaky.
It was terrifying, but it was so cool looking, like. And then fucking props to Nana the whole time, just giving Ko like advice and stuff, and then just going, "You fucking suck. Give me the rest."
It looks like we're going exactly where I hoped we would be with Nada, where he wants to replace Ko.
Especially that last shot of him just zoomed in, just looking all like pissed off.
Right?
He's like, "I'm done."
I really hope we get an arc where Nada does replace Ko, at least for a couple episodes.
But I will give credit to Asuna's actor. She did a pretty fucking fantastic job acting like she was dying.
Are we just like contractually obligated to have Asuna participate in episodes where she just looks all hot and bothered for the entirety of the episode? Because we've had several so far.
God damn.
She looks good even when she's all, sweaty. So, like, props to the actress for not being able to look like shit.
Yeah. It's so funny, like they save her, and then the monster appears like in the real world, or like in normal size real world. And, like, the Ryusoulgers come out to meet her, and a second ago, like, her hair was all, like, messed up because she's been sweating and dying for half the episode. But then, the next second, when they cut to the outside and they come back, her hair is, like, perfectly combed and like, she's ready for battle.
Hey, man, I know some college players who are that fast.
It was cute when...
She hired Wayne.
It was cute when, like, they, when Melt and Co. shrank down, and then, like, Ui's, like, looking at through magnifying glass. Oh, you're so small!
That was
she's so cute.
That was freaky.
He's adorable.
Where's Rick Moranis?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. And
I love those
I
movies.
realized something that this is kind of silly, but the entire plot of the episode could have been avoided if she had just actually let herself see.
I know, right?
Oh my god, yeah!
Yeah. Although maybe the idea was the monster was probably stopping her somehow.
Yeah.
Was that the idea? I thought the idea was that she was trying not to.
It could be either or.
Gross or something?
Yeah, like Crayon shot some
I
confetti
feel like
them.
Asuna would have sneezed if she could. It was a case of she wanted to but couldn't, because we can all relate to that.
But yeah, so like they figure out that like using I forgot what the Doshin soul.
Reflexes are important.
That is the dumbest shit ever.
Some kind of it could be some prevent you from getting some kind of virus or a tiny monster that puts a weird centipede.
He was essentially almost using the 5-point palm exploding heart technique from Kill Bill. Like that's pretty much what that was.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
That's what that was.
Except it was the 5-point palm trying not to explode.
Well, they didn't have any luck trying to get the suitcase back from the cowboy because when they were inside Martin Short, wait, that's Inner Space.
Okay, I have to say that's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, I love Inner Space.
And this entire time, I've been trying so hard to not reference it like crazy.
I just really wanted the monster to die inside of her so I could say, well, you just digested the bad guy.
In her lung?
Yep.
I guess Ryusoul tribe, they have digestive juice.
So Nada just decides, all right, Cole, we're gonna practice with this. But what's interesting is, like...
Where does he get all those balloons?
And how does he reset them so fast?
Well, I mean, they just cut.
But freaking... I like that Melt was like, oh, let me do it. I've had the most experience with Doshin Soul. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah! I don't like Melt, but he's right. Let him use it. So then, yeah. So Nada, like, ties, like, a balloon in a glass box with, like, some netting around it. And he goes, okay... Try to hit only the netting, not the box, and not the balloon. He fucking gets the balloon every single time.
I don't understand how their logic is, okay, we need to attack only the outer part and leave the thing inside intact.
Well, because...
Better use the form with the giant fucking fists! How do you explain that?
Here comes the giant...
I'm gonna punch your heart free! What the fuck?
I thought they were gonna go in and do that, but then he just does it from the outside.
Why don't they just use their swords and cut his tail?
And like I like the line that Nada says to him, where like Ko like gives up, and Nada just says he's like, yeah, we're not gonna have a once more with Asuna. Like, if you fuck up, she's dead. Like, I hope you know that. And so the whole time, Ko is just feeling like a piece of fucking garbage about it. And Asuna's just like...
I think Nada's gaslighting him.
I think he is, to try to get him to leave his position.
And then Asuna is just like, just fucking do it, man.
That was interesting, where she was like, my life is in your hands.
I trust you.
That was actually really nice.
And that was
well, you know, it's one of those things, is they have a real connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and the thing is, ironically, that was probably, because Nada had the idea, but Nada was gaslighting him. He needed the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have like the subplot where like we find out where the Minosaur's coming from. It's coming from like this like chick's boyfriend who's like being teased by Crayon and like the Dorans.
That's so
and they keep calling him Bear and Flea and like making him go, "You're right, I am a flea."
And he's like wriggling around like a fly that's dying.
Help me!
I just like this look at his face, like, you need to help me. He's like, oh yeah, my husband's being attacked.
All right, isn't that a shame?
So yeah,
call the police.
And then just like they fight it with Pachiguru or whatever.
My
like
husband's
that.
being bullied.
They literally Shoryuken the fucker into space.
I just like, well, we've already got this giant ring set up. We might as well use it again. Ding ding ding.
Something else.
Yeah, sorry, you were saying, trying to say earlier.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm trying to be more brave about stuff, but
you're doing excellent. Go ahead.
Speaking about weird timing, after detaching the tail from the heart, I thought they were gonna go back in her and get the monster, because if they didn't do that and it just grew inside her, she still would have exploded.
There was like mention that if they had not been as quick with getting the monster out as they did, it would have grown inside her and exploded her from the inside like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
They didn't actually even get the monster out. They just the punch thing,
and it conveniently went out through the fan vents. I'm like, man, if that had gone out, if that had grown inside, it would have been the end of free rent.
but like that happening was just complete happenstance. Because
it was Deus Ex.
I mean, what else can we hope for in this show?
Because it would have grown, and it was just before it grew. So if it hadn't have gone down the way it did,
they would have all been killed, crushed under their own house. End of the Ryusoulger's like, oh shit, we accidentally won the war.
So all that did was take the tail off the heart. It didn't kill the monster. It didn't actually cause any problem with the monster. What were they planning to do?
They used their big fist and punched the monster out.
The main objective was making sure that Asuna doesn't die.
But then she would have died in a different way.
Not exactly. I feel like they would have.
Like I said, the logic in monster inside her use big fist is alien to me. But I guess they thought it through with the power of their gimmicks, and they punched the monster out.
So the episode ends with
they didn't punch the monster out. They just punched the tail off the heart, supposedly, and the monster was still in there.
Oh yeah, and then she sneezed it out.
Yeah,
but like, what
was the point of punching her, to force her to sneeze it out?
Because if that's not how that reflex works.
Sentai!
Inner Space actually had it make sense.
Now I want to see if there's ever a moment at any point in like human history where someone punched someone in the stomach so hard that they sneezed.
Lane, come here for a sec.
I thought I had this figured out, but now I'm all confused again.
I'm just thinking now like some alien species. No, the Ryusoul tribe, special abilities.
Ryusoul's ability.
So
they can be punched in the chest.
So
well, he punched her in the back.
They can be punched in the back. That makes even less.
So the episode ends with pretty much Bomba having feelings because he was like, I was so worried about Asuna. I thought she was gonna die. Wait, Bob, are you crying? No,
you're crying. Is that guy's org?
And I love that.
I was so worried I wouldn't get to stab her.
And
and then Bob, that was good. Yeah, he didn't get to stab her.
Oh God, Lane's on the floor.
His glasses came off. Are you okay?
Oh, I want to see Bob stab her
with his sword, right?
No.
What do you got?
No, that is the one thing I'm going to take from Ryusoulger for the rest of my life. Just the concept of just Bomba just stabbing everyone and everything.
Stab your problem away.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just want to see Bomba.
Hey, Bomba, can you fix this problem? We'll take a stab.
Sorry, Asuna, no witnesses.
But no, I swear to God!
Oh shit! Stop it!
I
runaway drawing.
I swear to God, that one shot where like he sees Asuna sick and he like runs away. I was fully ready for him to go.
Come back with the sword.
No, for him to go and stab the dude who was the Minosaur's host. I must save Asuna.
So
fuck the Baron Fly.
So what I love is,
and then Kanal would be like, "Hey,
I see you're available."
So I like that like Bomba like just goes like, "No, I wasn't crying," and then Toa actually confirms he's like, "Yeah, no, Bomba's never been."
Wait,
like
was this episode really fun?
Yeah.
Is Ryusoulger...
We talked about it for more than 5 minutes.
Is Ryusoulger starting to get good?
I'm sorry about all the biology.
I mean, we don't want to jinx it.
Stuff. I just...
Oh, yeah. What the creepiest part of the episode was the monster kept saying, "Enter hole."
I think he meant, like, hide himself away.
Oh, I think we also learned that the Asuna shipping is real.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's really into her.
Yep. He has been inside her. Yeah. Then again, Melt was at the same time.
I love it. Like
she could be into that. She could be into polyamory.
They were like running. They were running in her lungs, and us is just like, "Stop running in my lungs!
You take my breath away."
This is so dumb, but all I could think was running in the lungs.
I was thinking that.
All right, I'm making a bold color decision.
I want to talk about this episode for like 3 more hours.
I'm just not used to it. Ryusoulger being this worthy of...
Because I just really like the going inside someone's body things.
You know what?
So
if it
weird.
stays even this good for the end, we'll think of it as, it wasn't a bad series.
Yeah. We can give it a passing grade so far.
Oh, and Gotchalias was in it.
It's better than Sayo.
Yeah.
Gotchalias was in it. Good for him.
Gotchalias actually shot 3 of the Rangers down like a badass. That was pretty good.
Because he is a strong-ass motherfucker.
Exactly.
We've made references to Magic School Bus, Fantastic Voyage, and Inner Space. What haven't we referenced?
There's the episode of Reboot where they went inside Enzo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every show has an episode like that. I almost said there was just one. I was just going to say there was just one in Super.
We should talk about that. She was just going to say there was one in Super Sentai.
Yeah. And then I realized.
Which is,
I'm gonna remember that forever. Just now, the
We're
concept of just
about.
like, how are we gonna save Asuna? Bomba just has his sword. Just
No, Mama comes in like surgical
I'll
scrubs.
stab her.
I'm gonna do some surgery with my sword.
Nissan, don't stab. That's our Bomba.
Who else but
Who
Bomba?
else but Bomba?
Bomba, that kills people.
Bomba. That's his theme song.
Bomba, no stabbing. Oh man. Fuck! I never saw the Dora movie. I wanted to go see that.
Stab.
Gar.
Bomba, you just can't. Bomba! You know, like the slap video just with Bomba.
Gar, I'm making some color choices here. I hope you're okay with.
Yeah, I hope you like looking like Ultraman Tregear. You're
Fuck,
starting to look like Tregear.
Is there an Ultraman that looks like this?
He looks good.
Sort of. I'll show you. Hang on, I'll
like
show you
it.
Tregear
Yeah.
for a second.
I kind of gave you a shark fin.
I agree with you as soon as I saw the face. I've seen Tregear because he has that awesome
Guys,
mask.
remember, form changes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you see
Gar,
this week's
yes.
do you want flesh mouth or like mouth built into the helmet?
Mouth
I
built.
never
Okay.
Kinda. Right, Tom? Just kind of looking like him a bit.
Yeah, not enough that I'm gonna get sued.
Anyways, we got to see the Pink Ranger use the Doshin Soul, which was, I guess, kind of cute.
Yeah, holy shit, Gar. It was actually really good this week. Again.
Somehow.
So now I'm
I
actually.
downloaded it, so I'm gonna watch it after we record.
So now I'm actually interested to see
Like, well, the iron's cold.
what Nada's gonna do, because now Nada's actually a really interesting character because he's a jealous fuck.
Yep.
Nada.
As soon as he came in saying he was another of Master Red's students, I immediately knew, is he going to try and become the new Ryusoulger?
No, he's definitely Geysorg.
He's like,
I don't know about that. I don't know what him being Geysorg.
He's off by himself, just being like,
Because I'm pretty sure Geysorg said some comment about never being able to take the armor off.
It's a metaphorical thing. We got into it last week.
Yeah, it's a metaphorical thing.
Even if it was metaphorical, he's not acting like Geysorg. So metaphorically have given himself.
He's
away.
not Geysorg.
He doesn't seem like a possessed pseudo armor that's lived for hundreds of years.
Well, remember, the Psycho Battle friggin' showed us that the armor possesses someone, thus it has its own identity.
I don't know. I don't think it's Geysorg.
Well, we should go Metallix.
Beetleborgs.
Sick.
You know what? I was.
Three typical average kids sing their entire plot in their opening.
I really like the opening.
Well,
Okay, I have never seen this show before. You know what? The only thing I've ever seen for Beetleborgs before was a Beetleborgs Halloween special.
Oh god!
And it was literally just the monsters and like none of the Beetleborgs, and the kids weren't even there. It's just the monsters and the monster suits, and they would just announce these like clips. And they were mostly like these music videos that they filmed for
a Magnivore Halloween.
Oh no!
Yeah.
There is a legit Beetleborgs music video.
Yeah,
with,
there's a full version of the theme song.
yeah, with the
Really?
Hillhurst gang doing the song.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
But anyway, so I never.
Oh, I never seen that.
I found it
Because they
when
never
I was
looked at
looking
the full
for-
version.
When I was looking up the full version.
There's also a sped up version. Every time they say Beetleborgs, it gets 5 seconds faster.
I
I
saw
was
that.
going to put a lot of black on here too. You want black on there, or is black not good?
Do whatever you want, man.
Yeah. I'm kind. You know what? I'm kind of digging it white.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
sounds
sounds
cool.
good.
Like
You know
just
what?
literally putting some, maybe like a little bit of just really light blue.
If you're really curious about what we're drawing, make sure you tune into HeroCast.
So yeah, History time with Gar. Tokusatsu history with Gar. So, as we all know, Big Bad Beetleborgs was the third... Yeah, it is the third spin-off from Haim Saban's... from Haim Saban, which it is, once again, like VR Troopers, based on the Metal Hero franchise. This time, instead of based on 80 shows, it's based on the most relevant show, Juko B Fighter. It became Big Bad Beetleborgs. Was a huge success, more successful than Power Rangers at one point.
And look what proliferated.
Hey guys, I'm the new Blue Ranger! No joke, Justin was the reason.
Can I go to the timeline where Beetleborgs continued?
We'll get to that at the end of the month.
So I was like really pissed off. Like I was like, holy shit, I don't want to watch this. And I admit I didn't hate it. I actually kind of got into it. I was live chatting. Now I admit, at the end of the 3 episodes, I was like the charm had worn off, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to do anything else. But I will admit, this show, probably if I had given it a chance when I was younger, I probably would have not hated it at all.
Oh yeah, I said at the end of the first season that I was expecting this to be really cheap, really fast, and basically just boring. I was wrong. It feels more like the Adam West Batman cartoon where you embrace the corniness of the show, in which it's funny when you embrace it.
I was all the way into this show when it aired when I was a kid. This is one of the earliest examples that I can remember of a show continuing its story through a second season and changing its name while continuing the same storyline. I know that's a really specific
so basically kind of like
category.
Zero. Or what,
But
Zeo.
Like I think Power Rangers Zeo was the only time I'd ever seen something like that before.
They were stronger than before.
Yeah.
So yeah, before the first season ended, the show got renewed for a second season, in which, of course, 1997 was the debut of B Fighter Kabuto, which, it looks very similar, so why not just adapt it and continue the show? And thus, Tom, question, did you watch the season 1 finale of Big Bad Beetleborgs?
No.
Alright, here's a brief summary of the season 1 finale of Big Bad Beetleborgs. The Magnivores kidnap Art Fortunes. They steal an art piece that he claims that he did not draw, which is Nukas, Overlord of the Second Dimension.
Who's my boy?
In which
my boy.
He created the most powerful Magnivore ever, Borg Slayer.
Which was literally an amalgam of all the previous monsters.
Mm-hmm. But, which he was so powerful, the Beetleborgs couldn't even beat him. But this was all of Nukas' plan because he tells Trip and Van, who are leaving town, in which, I'm saying this now, in the first episode of Metallix, when they are mentioned by name, that is the only time they are mentioned in this entire season.
Because they've left town.
Because they're gone. They're gone forever.
Oh, yeah.
They're sick of monster attacks.
That's the downside to Metallix. All the side characters you like that weren't the Hillhurst gang, gone.
Yeah, Heather's gone.
Yeah, Heather was there for 2 episodes, gone.
All we have now is Nano and Roland's mom,
in
Abby.
Which, even them, they didn't... The mom freaking left halfway through the show.
Yeah.
No
the
explanation.
rich kid disappeared.
But anyways, this was all of Nukas' plan, because once the Magnivores were gone, because Borg Slayer was so powerful, it sucked them all back into the comics. Everyone thought, alright, day is saved, we no longer have to be Beetleborgs. But then Nukas comes barging at the door, being like, Beetleborgs, I come for you now. Challenge me to the death.
He was basically the big bad wolf knocking on the door of the 3 little bugs.
Yes, and thus, that's where Season 1 ended. Season 2 begins literally the next day after the release of that episode. But then it went on hiatus for a few months, and thus we got Metallix.
What was really, really interesting about these first few episodes of Metallix, and I can't think of any other show in history that I know of, I could be wrong, that's done this, where... So they don't get their powers as the Metallix Beetleborgs until episode 2, and it's not until episode 3 that we get the actual Metallix opening. So for season 2, episodes 1 and 2, it's still the big bad Beetleborgs opening.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so fascinated by that. Because usually these shows don't give a fuck and just put the new opening right away no matter what it's for.
Have we seen this picture in the chat?
Oh, the Bomba with the Dexter.
Bomba Surgeon.
Dr. Bomba.
Dr. Bomba.
Yeah, Dr. Bomba.
That's
Bomba
good.
MD.
Thank you, Kaguya.
This ain't
There's nothing he can't stab.
Saying what's
Hey, so it's a stabbing.
You know what slayed me? And I'm watching this in Starbucks while sorting photos because I wasn't important enough to pay just attention to. So there's this moment where the reporter shows up, and it is the greatest fucking comedy.
Oh, Bunny Bodell?
She's reporting it like it's actually like, I swear it's satire, like those perky reporters who don't tonally shift their their speaking tone. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm here at the prison at the story of the century, which this is a small town.
This is Charterville, a very small town, and so anything is.
And the crowd, like there's been a jailbreak, and the prisoners are coming out. There's one now. Can I get an interview?
And they fucking rush her.
What about the parkour guy?
I just love how fucking silly that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, as to what Ichi said about the opening, I kind of want to say Power Rangers in Space. Because the opening still had Divatox as the villain.
Did it?
Yeah, the first episode had Divatox like in the cast as like still the main villain, and Andros wasn't shown.
Yeah, that's true.
Really?
Yeah. I remember
it wasn't until like the third episode where they did the full theme song for In Space.
But yeah, I love that when shows actually care enough about the polish to stagger updates to their opening to match up with the development of the episodes.
Well, again, like I said, the first episode aired like the next day, and then episodes 2 and 3 came out in September of 1996. I think this was.
I think I remember.
It was 97.
I think it was 97.
I think I remember seeing that and like wanting to watch the next episode and having to wait a while.
And then it got filmed the next season.
But man, I was like all the way into that shit. And okay, so Nukas is probably my favorite villain in all of American tokusatsu.
Even more than Ivan Ooze?
It's a tough contest.
I fucking loved him. Like, it's like, thank you for giving me that. I will give you a reward. What's your favorite animal?
Monkeys.
And then
where's my dog?
That is your dog.
I still couldn't tell if that was meant to be evil or not.
But just
Nukas is this badass motherfucking Stimero/Triceratops, some sort of rhino-like man, and he just has the most conviction and bass in his voice of any villain I've ever seen.
He's very
Draw with your left
hand.
There's one thing I like Nukas did. It's when, like, they lose their powers, and so they're like, okay, we'll use our civilian powers on him. So you just see him standing there while they're just trying to, like, do play, and he just goes, what will I do?
Oh,
and
no!
He's just fucking with them.
He lets them use their civilian powers
I
on
like
him.
that they actually refer to their civilian powers as civilian powers.
I think that might be the first example I've ever heard with these. With that
you know what
exact
the most
terminology.
fucking meta thing? You know the most meta thing? I think it's Les Fortunes who's been coming up with the names of villains this whole time.
Yeah.
I call her Horrible.
Horrible.
I'm pretty sure he named them, like, on the spot, because the drawings didn't have names on them.
Horrible.
Horrible.
So you have.
I love everything that comes out of Les Fortune's mouth. He is so, like, Weird Al meets Jim Carrey with a splash of evil.
Exactly. It's like, it's the 90s. First season, you have Flabber. He's the genie, Jay Leno, basically that type of joke. Who was the second funniest person in the 90s? Jim Carrey. So, of course, the villain, Les Fortunes, is very much like Jim Carrey.
When they were in the lair, he actually had like this long monologue that was really good.
Oh, when Art Fortunes was getting stretched?
Yeah, like it was
over and over.
But like back to quickly they like stick him into an outhouse, and then like the outhouse just like stretches out like a cartoon, and it just like a really good like practical explosion of just the outhouse. And then
I just love that.
So Emily made that joke, and so now our thumbnail is just going to be like the picture of like Shrek's outhouse and him bursting out of the outhouse and just Nugas' face.
Somebody once told me that Les was gonna draw me.
I know, that was so good.
I am the sharpest tool in
I am the sharpest pencil in the shed.
Hey now, you're a Beetleborg.
Arise now.
Arise
now, you're a Beetleborg now.
I just love that he humors them to the point of letting them tie him up and drop a fucking outhouse on them, and then he flips around and not only escapes from this fucking, like, stage illusionist trap, but goes so far as to fucking explode the outhouse!
Also,
This is a man who knows his theatrics, and I love him.
Nukas took a giant
also
dookie.
fucking
Nukas took a Dukas.
no. Also, freaking Wolfie fucking fight.
Oh yeah, Wolfgang.
Wolfgang actually
Tries to fight him.
puts up a bit of a fight for a second
He's a guard dog.
before Nukas absolutely floors him.
Look, they're treating him like a dog.
Dogfish.
Dogfish.
Give him the lazy
But
eye.
after Nukas lets them play with him for a bit, he literally, just like the opening says, blew away their powers. Cool.
Cool.
Whoa.
Is that what he says? Does he say cool?
Like Mums comes up and says "cool" or something like that.
No, it's took away their powers, and it's Frankenbeans, and he says, "Whoa."
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
And then true to the song, the Beetleborgs were in a fix actually.
And they
Which
became Metallix.
shouldn't it be? Beetleborgs were in a finch or in a pinch?
Oh, in a fix and then went Metallix.
Did you just say Finn?
It rhymes.
Fix and Metallix rhyme.
How does fix and Metallix
They
rhyme?
both end with X.
Metallix. Fix.
That's some stretching fucking
English
rhyme.
is hard.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Metallfix.
Beetleborgs Metal Fix.
You're not on the list.
But
Oh my God, the guard with the list. One of my favorite scenes.
He shrinks him.
I'm just going to have to whittle you down to size.
I'm a
Shrinks the
bit-
guard.
you're on
I'm
the
a
Oh, look, you're on the list, Mr. Nukas. Go right in.
Oh, he's a very scary man. So am
He
I.
uses that line twice. It's
So
the same
am I.
episode.
Just Lucas's voice is just nice to listen to.
They
Just-
released all the prisoners and
There's one guy doing
no,
parkour.
and
He jumps
after-
over
no.
around and
no, and afterwards,
over.
no, and I'm pretty sure they reused the same shot of the prisoners
Oh,
running
yeah.
out, and then I'm thinking after all this episode, I'm did they gather them back up? What happened to them?
I'm gonna say the prisoners all left town.
With those two guys.
to Stone Canyon.
Nothing happens there.
But yeah, nothing happens in Stone Canyon.
I would have loved if instead of Charterville, this was fucking Stone Canyon.
That would have been a great bit of continuity.
Angel Grove, Stone Canyon, Crossworld
Really-
City, Crossworld Cities from VR
They
Troopers. by the way.
really
Oh.
should have crossed this over with Power Rangers. I think it would have really bumped Beetleborgs in the
Which
fucking
that's
popularity.
the thing. That, like,
Give it the old Beetlebug.
if you were thinking this mental like with a modern sense, you could definitely do a giant Arrowverse crossover with all these spin-offs.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna go into a bit of a kind of not like a tangent, but just an idea. Just you already had them cross over with Masked Rider.
Yeah.
You already had them cross over with the Next Mutation Ninja Turtles. You could have had an episode where they go back in time and then they team up with the Mystic Knights of Tirnog or something like that.
would've been
That would have been
so
awesome.
cool.
And then have them team up with the Beetleborgs.
I mean, Power Rangers did an episode where they went back in time during the Zeo Crystal arc.
Duh, there you go.
Yeah. But,
That would've been awesome.
okay, there's only one downside.
I went back in time and became the Beetleborgs.
There's only one downside to the Mystic Knights crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Power Rangers was filmed in America.
That was filmed in Ireland.
Yeah, Mystic Knights was filmed in Ireland.
Yeah. They could have just been in New Zealand. We would've been good.
No, it's just meet in the middle. Garden Mill is the middle of the ocean.
That's fine.
Am I point?
Can we get a permit for
On an island. Saban Island.
Saban Island.
Saban?
Hey, look at all the money that I don't give you guys.
It's like Total Drama Island, but with nothing but Toku characters.
I would watch it.
Yeah.
I would.
Toku Drama Island.
There you go.
Troopers should have teamed up with fucking Power
Yes.
Rangers.
Yeah.
VR Troopers is the only spin-off that did not team up with any of
Saban
these
should have
shows.
made all their fucking American Toku shows just in the same universe and
like
continuity.
same cinematic universe.
That would have been great.
Again, modern day. That's everyone eats that up.
Everyone
nowadays.
does that.
Friggin' Arrow and all those CW shows. the Marvel Cinematic
I have
Universe.
never watched. I barely watched any of the DC shows. I'm still gonna watch the crossover special because it looks fucking amazing.
Oh, Crisis on Infinite
Yeah.
Earths?
I'm watching it.
They're apparently trying to get Nick Cage for Superman.
No, they
No.
won't. No, they're already done filming it.
I will say that one line out of Nukas in the first episode that I experienced differently now that I am an adult is when Nukas comes to the prison to recruit Les Fortunes, at one point he says, "I have plans for you, Daddy."
I have plans for you.
Yeah,
Daddy.
that was something that has changed a little bit.
And then he says later in another episode, like when he's trying to tell him to draw the worm tanks, where he was like, "Make me proud."
Make cartoonist. Where is my
Worm tank.
Where is my not magnum worm?
Crustacean.
Yeah, where is my crustaceans?
Jet fighters.
Okay,
I want more worm
That's
tanks.
one thing that I have to question now. Why was the name of their evil faction the Crustaceans? Because we have a dinosaur, a bug, and a fish man.
Well, okay, so this is mostly the source material wise. They are technically an ancient race that's been buried in the ocean for like millions of years.
Okay.
So basically, they want revenge. So that's why they're all like creatures from like ancient history.
But like, isn't a crustacean a specific kind of animal?
Crustaceans like a certain time period, I think.
Oh.
No, that's
The
Cretaceous, you're thinking.
Cretaceous.
Yeah.
Crustacean literally is something with a shell.
That's what I was thinking,
So,
and I'm like,
like,
I don't think any of them qualify for that.
Dinosaur, insect.
Those are not crustaceans.
Fish man with a mask you can clearly see his eye and mouth slots on.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
what was the weird obsession with crustaceans? Like, even the jets they called that, but they
Crustacean
didn't,
jet
Crustacean
fighters.
jets.
they didn't really
Jet
look
fighters.
crustacean-like
Jet
at
fighters.
all.
And then the fucking worm tanks.
They were really
Okay,
into those worm
so
tanks.
the actual source footage of the worm tanks were fucking cool looking, but the
The
awful
CGI
CGI ones were so bad.
Like, if there's these close-up shots of the worm tanks when they're like hoisted up and like swinging their heads around, and now that we're looking at HD footage for Netflix, which we're watching it on, oh my god, the shots of the worm tank close-ups are so grainy.
Oh, I
And
can think.
even with Netflix, the video footage isn't really that good.
and like Les describes them like, oh, they have nuclear fusion lasers.
Armament!
yeah. Fucking Horrible's catchphrase was just like she loved saying the word armament.
She's always asking Les Fortunes what weapons come with each of the things he draws.
Because also,
I like
don't
it's
forget
like,
she has
we
Yeah,
need a
it'll
thing
get
for,
you everywhere.
we need a thing for the air. Well, he's been creating this jet fighter thing. Let's go take a look at it. Like, bitch, you just interrupted him when he was trying to show it to you 5 minutes ago.
Right?
Hong Kong, bitch.
What's that, Mr. Goose? A knife? No!
I love how much of a meme that Goose from Untitled Goose Game has become.
Oh, it's amazing.
I shared this one image of like the goose dressed up as Darkwing Duck, and Paul, our greencaster, gives me a comment that actually made me burst out laughing. I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the dick that throws your boot in a lake.
Yeah, because you can do that.
I love it.
Put
Throw a
that
boot
there.
in the lake.
I have to go pee.
What else
Okay.
is there?
Oh, Gar, by the way, I'm going to ink it, but this is what we got.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to change that color there.
Oh, yeah, you don't like that?
Yeah.
I just thought it was the one. I can change that. It was the one instance of that color.
Yeah.
That was your power source. But
So episode 2 starts during the prison break, and the reporter, after getting mauled by the wave of prisoners, hands off the microphone to Nano because they just happen to have broken down their car outside the prison.
Because, the three-parter is still taking place the same day as Borg Slayer happened.
Yeah.
So they're out trying to find the kids. Because, when you got 10-year-old kids and there's a fucking
And a
monster
city
on the
full
loose.
of panic.
Yeah, in the city.
yeah, they're more afraid about that. It's like, oh, these prisoners are out there. Oh, man, we got to find the kids because other reasons.
Because we need them for cheap labor at the comic shop.
Yeah.
Legit, they probably work.
Wait, these are kids who don't want to be at the comic shop,
No,
and instead
no.
they want to go to this fucked up house?
No,
Well,
these kids work
it
at the
gave them
comic book store.
superpowers.
Child labor, woo!
Yeah, child labor. Speaking of the kids, they have a new civilian power of bugging out.
Oh my god, yeah,
They
so
can turn into bugs
Ironically, it's very useful.
it ends up being useful. So what happens with that is Flabber gets frozen by Nukas, and he just leaves him there to drip until he
now. And
evaporates.
he has they have his book like the one from
the
Monster by Mistake.
the
Untitled
Phasm.
Doggies game.
It's exactly
Nice.
like the Monster by Mistake spell book.
His little
Awesome.
pocket
Really
phasm
insane.
Also
spellbook.
confirmed. I found the picture of the crappy CGI of the worm tank. There you go.
Oh, really?
It's a wiggler.
Say, all I could think when it was doing the intro movement was the crawling in my crawl. These crawls, they will not crawl.
The only thing that I do question about the whole bugging out thing is that they don't fly.
Yeah.
Like they complain how, like, oh man,
one
it's
of
taking
them's
us
a
forever. It's like,
ladybug, they should
it's
have
like you
wings.
guys could easily fly. You're all insects that can fly.
They're kids. They're not that. They're in a small town. They're not that smart. They don't think that bugs can fly.
Also, I love when they like Art Fortune describes like the Metallix forms. It's like, oh, chromium gold, titanium silver, platinum purple, and I'm like, ooh.
And I didn't pick up on this.
Purple platinum.
I didn't pick up on this when I was a kid, but before the Metallix armor gets designed, they turn into their bug forms, and the bug forms are colored to match up with their Metallix armors. So I didn't realize until watching it today. I'm pretty sure Art Fortunes chose the colors based on the colors of their bug forms.
Well, that's actually a good justification.
No, they are their bugs. Like they are what.
Well, no, that's what he's saying.
I'm saying the Metallix armors were designed after their bug forms.
Yeah, no, I know. That's great. But yeah, so the suits look great.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
I think I prefer the first season suits, but these are great.
Roland's is my favorite.
I do think these are the logical next step. I think they are a good improvement, but just aesthetically and based on the Beetle Battler weapons from the first season, I do prefer the first season suits.
The weapons from the first season are definitely better than the second
I
season.
agree. Like they all have like long.
The Metallix Lancer, Grappler, Baton.
Yeah, like they're all the same weapon, just with a different like hook on the end.
Yeah.
Also, Joe is being like a really selfish bitch, just being like, I make sure to make my battle vehicle like a jet, like last time.
Mine has to fly.
Fuck you.
Although,
work faster, Art.
I will say that the added gimmick that her new Zord battle vehicle has of being able to pick up the other two and fly them all out.
And to become the Beetle Force.
Yeah, is really, really great. And I love that they came up with, together they're called Beetle Force to justify the BF on all the Zords because it's B-Fighter.
Yeah, B-Fighter.
Also,
it's like
boyfriend.
it's like in Go Bust, like Beast Morphers. What does BG stand for?
GB.
GB.
Great Battle Force.
Oh no! And I swear to God, when Joe asked him what the BV stands for, Art sounded like fucking annoyed. He's like. Battle vehicles, you dumbass.
Obviously. You've been asking him to design you battle vehicles.
I'm just thinking, like, if Kimberly from Mighty Morphin was here, she'd be like, yeah, it sucks that... Who was the White Blaster Beetleborg?
Josh.
Yeah, it's like...
Josh!
It kind of sucks that Josh doesn't have a new Beetleborg form of his own.
Oh, man. I would have loved if Josh came back.
It's... Beetleborgs...
I'm really shocked he didn't.
I've been working on a freaking comic adaptation of Beetleborgs in which Josh is still there. He's been there since the beginning.
Cool.
Which he actually becomes Art's successor.
Neat.
With the comic.
Oh.
Because it's like he's into the comic, so it's like makes sense to have his story arc be he's the successor for Art.
Also, it was really interesting that we kind of had some history between Art and Les, where it's like apparently Les like kind of designed everything, and he blames Art for like getting his success because like
what is the crime that he is guilty of?
Well, okay, so Les is like accusing Art of being like, you took my Beetleborg designs and used them to make a successful.
I don't know if he took the Beetleborgs per se.
Yeah.
What I think happened, and I'd have to rewatch to make sure, is I'm pretty sure that Les came up with the monster designs, but they were way more like hardcore and savage looking.
Yeah, because Art was commenting on like, he's like, no, your stuff is too evil.
You're twisted.
Too much of a DC. We're more of a Marvel.
Yeah, and then who was it? Who was Image?
Nukas was Image because he's like, come with me, I can help you. Because DC.
I always wondered, it's like, I will give you your own studio, and I'm like,
in a cemetery.
I'll draw you evil things. Give me a fucking studio.
I'll give you your own studio with everything. So it's every YouTuber's dream.
It's not even a studio, it's like an underground cavern.
They take over the Magnivore's old cave.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Save money.
Hey man, have you seen rent prices? I'll take it.
I mean, it's
Charterville. You know what would have been a really great joke? If like
how many times am I getting to use that?
I looked at that town on Google Maps. It's not that big of a town.
I think what would have been a great joke was like if Les he became so comfortable and attached to like his cell that he just asked Nuke, he's like, can you just, like, transport my cell here and I can just work in my cell? And he's like, sure.
Can we just, like, put up some cage bars around the edge of the
That's
cave?
what it should have been. They take over the prison.
Oh, that would have been
been
cool.
great, yeah.
Because all the prisoners have left and all the guards would have left, so they're like, the prison's ours now.
That's it. Take the guards. Okay, you take a guard.
You're not on the list.
You take the art, combine them together. That's how you get your monster of the week.
Ooh.
Because
they use prisoners as the
now,
monsters.
does Les Fortune stay as a reoccurring character?
Yes, he's in the whole show.
Yeah. So Les is in the entire show. Unfortunately, Art Fortunes is not. He's mentioned once later on, and then he comes back for one more episode, which we will be talking about.
So, so the thing is there a running gag where they want to eat Art?
The running gag with the Hillhurst gang is that they're monsters. They want to eat humans.
They want to eat any human that walks in.
Every other episode, they chase the kids.
The
idea is the kids always use their civilian powers to get the monsters to back off.
Yeah. And Flabber tries to keep them in line, so they like when Flabber like disappears, they're like, "Yay, we're free of the fucking
We can
Flabber.
eat the kids now."
Oh, great lunch.
Yeah,
but it's weird because in some
there are
episodes,
some of those bits that are genuinely funny.
But it's odd because there are some episodes where you see them having like a full course meal of their own. So like, why do they? Need to
obviously,
eat
they have to eat something eventually.
Yeah, but it's like, why do you need to eat the kids?
Well, that's like I've been drinking soup for a week. I'd like to have a sandwich.
Could be some missionaries came
Okay, that's fair.
You know what could be the conservative herd? Nobody missed them.
I want to build a wall. Come here, I'll give you a wall in my stomach.
It's just funny how ready the monsters are to discard the fact that the kids, as the Beetleborgs, are protecting their house from being destroyed.
They don't strike me as particularly bright.
No, of course not. That's the idea. They're stupid. That's the point.
One of them is legit a Frankenstein's monster that has no brain.
Yeah.
He legit has nothing in his head.
The cool part is, during the first season, we meet the scientist that made him.
Dr. Baron von Frankenbeans.
Dr. Baron von Frankenbeans!
Pizza!
That's kind of clever, actually.
Yeah, which he comes back for another episode.
Oh, I was saying this when I was watching it. Okay, so like when we were watching the Power Rangers thing for Axelrod, I was like, holy shit, a lot of the 90s lingo hasn't aged well. Because the thing is, they were trying to be cool, like these cool teenagers. And when you look back, it's like, oh shit, that's so 90s. But when I was watching this, they were just kids, and they look and sound like kids now. Like, the show has aged better in the way that it doesn't feel like it's 90s. It just feels like a kid's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't cringing so hard when, they were trying to be cool.
I did like when they used like the stock footage of Nukas, where because he has like a battle mask. Like he looks fucking cool when he has that mask.
I don't know how, but it was at the same time really fucking silly, but also badass somehow.
Or with Horribel?
Nukas and Horribel's battle masks. Oh, and speaking of Horribel's battle mask, the funniest shit ever in the fight with the Metallix Borgs and Nukas and Horribel is, at one point, Roland goes, "Look out! Horribel's preparing to attack!" Cut to her just like standing perfectly still like she's awaiting direction, and then she starts moving.
Yeah, and I was also
it's so obvious that it's not the stock footage anymore.
Okay, how to write battle dialogue. Okay, I'm going to attack! And then the other person says, "My turn! I'm going to use this attack! Now it's my turn!"
Wait a minute.
Is this fight turn-based?
Yeah, I was going to say, Beetleborgs is a turn-based RPG.
It's better than in like the later Disney Power Ranger seasons where legit everyone who has a gun, they shout fire. like every time they just shout fire, fire, fire. Like fuck. I didn't say fire, I said fuck.
But one more thing I want to say about Nukas, which is part of why I like him, is this costume is flawlessly recreated by the American team, because you look at him in the stock footage when they're fighting, and he looks fucking identical. This is like a Rita Repulsa level of perfect recreation.
They probably just got the suit from freaking.
Like, it's not just the suit, but the makeup, the costume. It's all perfect. And just you combine that with his booming voice and his cheesy but like comic book villain-less attitude and acting. Honestly, it's just so perfect.
Nukas feels like a better villain than like freaking some of the other Power Ranger villains that we've ever gotten. Like
I said, he's in contest with Ivan Ooze for my favorite American Toku villain.
Hell, he's better than what Galvanax was for freaking Ninja Steel shit.
Yeah.
How is that a thing? How is a 90s character who you have to rely on the majority of footage for better than a character that we have a suit for?
You know what?
It's really bland.
It was one of those things. They made a decision. They're like, okay, well, we really need to make this character our own. So we're gonna have him. We're gonna make his face a battle mask so we can actually show his and just get a really talented actor and who knows what he's doing.
Oh, he's
not in the way that I'm not talking about he knows how to act, but he knows what kind of show this is.
Yeah,
like he is chewing every piece of scenery that they let him get his hands on.
Like this is a kid show where we're taking our things from Japan and adding it here.
Well, just
so don't take it.
And the funny thing is he fucking sells it.
absolutely.
And the thing is,
Here's what
Mirabelle
Lucas looks like.
wow.
That's his actor.
He's Asian?
Oh yeah, Christopher Cho.
Oh yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
He's actually been at some Power Morphicons.
Oh, cool.
With Les.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
In one of MMPR's videos for Power Morphicon, he shows up. He's like, "This is Nukas. Thank you for coming to Power Morphicon."
I love every time he spawns a monster. It's just like Worm
Arise!
Tank, arise!
We actually, I watched the entire show. I found out there's a reason why it's just Nukas. Because they all have the ability to unleash a monster, but apparently Nukas is so powerful. When he arises a monster, they will follow his orders.
Yeah.
Because Violor tried to do it, and the monster went havoc. Like it was a kangaroo monster. He's like, "Because you are not powerful as me, they will obey me when they come to life."
Yeah, let's talk real quick about the other villains. So Horribelle is like, I think this show for some reason had it in its writing bible that the female villain has to have some kind of accent, because we had Jara with a Russian accent last season, and now we have Horribelle with another accent.
I kind of like Horribelle better because it's not like a mask.
I feel like Horribelle's design was better, but Horribelle herself was fucking annoying, and I thought Jara was actually funny.
I'll admit, the Magnivores were a bit better than the Crustaceans, at least because they have more character to them throughout the show.
Why are a fish, a mantis,
Yeah.
and a Triceratops crustacean?
Can I get an opinion?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
But yeah, I do think the
It
Magnivores.
looks so good.
I love it.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome,
I love it.
That's
man.
good. But yeah, I think the Magnivore mooks or generals, whatever you want to call them, I think they were better as individual characters. But I like Nukas better than Vexor.
Well, yeah, Nukas is better than Vexor, but my problem is with the Crustaceans is that it's just the three of them and then the monster of the week, where the Magnivores...
Well, we have less fortune also.
Yeah, you have less as well, but with the Magnivores, you had Vexor, you had your generals, but the generals would communicate with the monster of the week more.
Yeah.
So it feels... They had more free range of communicating with the generals. It wasn't just main villains.
Plus, all three of them would always go out into the field to do whatever scheme of the day would be happening.
I like the shark guy, or the whale guy from the Magnivores. The green one.
Oh, Typhus.
Yeah, Typhus.
The dude with the fucking mouth in his head, and he would stuff popcorn in it.
They would go watch Nosferatu. Oh.
It's time to be bad, baby!
Can we just have an anniversary episode of Power Rangers where all the monsters of the world get revived and it's just the three Magnivores just run around Charterville destroying everything?
Yeah, we're back!
Yeah, we're back, baby. Yeah, get lost!
Oh, every time Noxic fucking talked, I just loved it.
I just remind myself of that Digimon that he did.
Oh, Devimon?
Which one? Devimon, Vmon, Impmon.
Was he also Vmon?
Yes!
Vmon, X-Vmon.
Demimon.
And Steve Bloom's Flame Dramon, which I fucking loved. I love he just has some voice change.
Yeah.
It's a good three-parter.
It is.
Definitely.
It's a pretty good introduction.
For somebody who's never watched the show and has no impression of it really from when I was younger, I thought it was pretty good. I'm not really rushing to watch anymore, and I think when we do the next parts of it, I'll just watch whatever that is. But
are we going to briefly talk about episode 4?
We didn't even watch it.
I didn't watch it.
Alright, basically episode 4 introduces a new character named Little Ghoul.
Which is an addition to the house monsters.
Oh, the fucking Jawa.
Yeah. Basically a Jawa with an attitude.
It looks like a fucking Jawa.
And it has Pandora's box for a face.
I don't like it.
Is Pandora's box for a face?
You'll see.
Yeah. I just don't like Little Ghoul because she just absorbs basically all the jokes throughout the entire season.
Yeah, she's like intrusive and she's just yells at everyone and it gets annoying fast.
Where'd she come from?
The basement.
The basement. She
There's a whole episode about it.
She is the Reaper's daughter, like the Grim Reaper's niece?
Something like that.
Yeah, she's her niece. Yeah, the Grim Reaper's niece.
Does that mean the Grim Reaper has either a brother or a sister?
Yes.
Why not?
Not so Grim Reaper.
The not so... Alright,
Wow.
what's wrong with the Grim Reaper?
Hey, Gar.
Yes.
You know never to have a pillow fight with the Grim Reaper, right?
Why?
Unless you're ready for the Reaper cushions.
We did that one already.
I know, but
Alright, sure.
Gar didn't hear it.
So yeah, like for me personally, it's like Beetleborgs is like it's kind of cringy, but like I can see why people still enjoy it. So
Here's what I'm going to put as my final statement on it. I came home today from work in just the foulest of moods. Like, I swear to God, if any of you had witnessed the things that have come out of my mouth in the office today, none of you would be coming near me. But I came home and watched this show, and it cheered me up more than anything ever has.
Aww.
I love Nukas. I love this show so much. I think it has aged well. Not perfectly.
Oh, no,
but I loved it.
It's better than some of the other freaking, yes, Blaze, the entire month.
Welcome to Borgtober Metallix.
Borgtober, the Metallix edition.
Anyway, you were saying?
I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So, like, this is better. Like, I don't know how, but you know how, like, some people make up those parody shows of, like, oh, it's a Power Ranger parody.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be that good. It's going to be really cheap, really quick, because it's a parody. Beetleborgs, I feel like, out of, like, Saban's Masked Rider, VR Troopers, like, out of the three, like, spin-offs, it's the one that has aged well, and it's the one that has aged the best.
I would probably say, yeah, I would agree.
In which, it's a shame because we'll get into it at the very end of the month. But I'll just say it now, because I'll probably say it again at the end of the month. It's a shame that this show did not have a proper finale.
Yeah.
This show, unfortunately, got canceled. It was meant to have a third season, but what the newest Metal Hero show was, it was too childish. It didn't fit the rest of the tones, and they've used up all the Metallix footage, or B-Fighter Kabuto footage. So, unfortunately, the show was just...
It's so sad to consider things like, oh, the next show's too childish and we can't work with it, and then you look at things like fucking Go Onger and RPM. Clearly, that's not really an obstacle.
No, but they were trying like mascot characters, dude.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Yeah, like they're huge mascot characters. Like to the point where even Toei is considering not really acknowledging it as the.
I mean, look at Power Rangers. Look at ZU2. They filmed original footage for that.
Sometimes Toei's hand in hand with this, but sometimes Toei considers B-Fighter Kabuto the last season of Metal Heroes. Of the Metal Hero
What is
series.
this one that came after that they said was so bad?
B-Robo Kabuka? It's very childish. It's very mascot like. I'll show you a picture once we're done recording. But anyways, Ichi, will you join us into the Jikais?
Jikai, Radio Sentai Castranger.
So for the second week of Borgtober, much like how there was the Shadowborg arc in Big Bad Beetleborgs, Metallix also had its own saga, which consisted of 7 episodes? Anyways, it was the Astroborg saga, in which it's the only actual plot that this show had.
Yeah.
Out of 35 episodes, it takes up the majority of the 20s. So half the show was nothing but episodic.
Monster of the Week, Gimmick of the Week.
Yeah, Monster of the Week, Sector Cycles.
Yeah, the totally slamming Sector Cycles.
Sector Cycles.
This is it.
That's them.
Oh, right, that.
Literally, they couldn't have done anything with that.
I would have loved to see
It's funny, a guy I know on Twitter, Deno Toku Nation, he fucking loves this series to death.
I would love to see the show
I was gonna say they look really good.
It's the sons of Roboborg and Boron.
I am Nukas. I turn you kids, even to younger kids. Oh yeah, and they have robot modes like that.
You want to hear the stupidest thing that just popped into my head?
What was it? Beetleborgs babies?
I am Nucus, hear me roar! I am Nucus, the king of dinosaurs!
I can hear him say it while with his booming voice.
Right? If we ever have a chance to meet Christopher Cho, I have to get her to say that. I am Nucus, hear me roar.
I would laugh if I look it up and he's actually the voice of Reptar. That would be...
Oh my god! Well, that's pretty much the note for us to end on.
Speaking of celebrities, I think I mentioned this on the chat. But there's this thing called Cameo that exists.
Oh, yes. I'm going to definitely look into that.
Yes, and technically we could get, like, some legit people to say something for Castranger.
We are absolutely going to do that.
And they're not even that expensive. And
oh, no, I looked,
for
yeah.
like a minute. And they can also do things in character as characters they've portrayed.
Yep.
So I have a absolutely insane idea for a possible future episode related to this.
Alright, tell me once we're done recording, just in case we can't make it happen.
The fact that is a possibility is so exciting.
Anyways, I'm glad the four of you all enjoyed Beetleborgs Metallix.
I did. I was making plushies out of felt while watching it and laughing the whole time.
It is
great.
Definitely a fun show to watch for Halloween time.
What a cute.
Yeah. Could you imagine that being the successor to Metallix? It's a dog.
Gar.
Robo dog.
You know who's the voice of Reptar?
Who?
Captain Painless Wildowski from MASH.
Oh.
That's Reptar.
What's Reptar?
The dinosaur from Rugrats.
The Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
The Godzilla.
I'm much older, so there's a lot of things I just didn't watch.
Fucking Reptar, man.
I've seen that.
Reptar.
Anyways.
The Reptar wagon. The thing every...
Akane, no!
It's Akane!
Oh, no!
Anyways. Bye, everybody. Oh, wait. I'm not going to be on for 2 weeks. Oh, yeah.
You're leaving us again?
Well, for important reasons. I forgot that. No!
Why'd you do this during your 3 months, man?
Just like someone in Dunville? Gar! Arise!
Garai!
Where are you going, Gar?
I'll explain after the show.
Oh, so I gotta make fun of Lane for 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for listening,
You get
everybody.
your Gar's joke double.
Okay.
So, as always, thank you all very much for listening. If this is the first time you're listening to an episode, thank you for checking us out. We've jumped a fair amount of subscribers in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
I hope you're not bots!
98.
And you know what you should do while you're subscribing? You should skip the dishes.
Check out the descriptions of all our episodes for a code that you can use if you're creating a Skip the Dishes account for the first time. You pop that code in, you get $7 off your order, and we also get $7. So, feed the Castrangers. # comments for Lane.
No problem.
Also, Perpaderbs, when this episode comes out on Monday, October 7th, make sure you check in to our channel on Friday, because that is when the 100th episode of Kaiju Sentai Ultra Ranger comes out.
Sweet 100th episode of Ultra Ranger.
100 fucking episodes, people.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, just as something to give myself a little hope, because I'm a little suspicious that our subscriber counts jumped up quite a lot in the last little while. Anyone who is listening to us for the first time, any of our recent subscribers, just do me a favor and pop down in the comments. Let us know where you found us. I'd be curious to know where all these new subscribers are coming from.
Oh, it's a bunch of hate mail.
I would like to thank the person who is responsible. So, as always, this primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Discord, merch site, Patreon, and all kinds of fun shit.
Punch that bell icon.
Punch that bell icon like a boss.
You're welcome, Skelebear.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next podcast.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.